For the second time in 3 years, I have received invitation to join the Illuminati. I don't know whether that's a scam or whether that is real, but the benefits they promised were mouth-watering. Again, I don't know whether the Illuminati is mythical or is real. But here's what I do know. When you stay through to the end of this video, your life, and I guarantee you, and your business will never be the same again. For the most unconventional and sometimes controversial but practical business advice, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my channel right now and hit the bell to be notified each time I drop a new video, usually Tuesdays and Fridays. Why run your business the same way everybody else does? Hit the subscribe button right now. Two coincidences led me to this episode today. The first was the invitation, the secret invitation I already told you I received. The second was something I read about Beyonce. Now, why Beyonce? Because Beyonce is one of the most alleged members of the Illuminati, mythical or real. But I read something about her this week that I find extremely fascinating. So now, follow me to the coaching room where the rubber hits the road. Let me give you implementable advice for your business, something you can begin to run with right now, right here. Let's go to the coaching room. So welcome to my coaching studio, where the rubber hits the road and where you receive implementable advice for your business. So now I'm going to share with you the 5 transformation success taxes. Now, these are the things that in my 12 years of working with so many businesses across this continent, these are the things I find commonly missing in small businesses. These are the reasons that many small businesses never grow. They remain in the same spot year in, year out. So, the first transformation success tax that you must pay if your business is to transform and to grow is a savage work ethic. Now, that brings me to the Beyonce story that started all this episode. I read that Beyonce once had a 2-hour show and she practiced for 8 straight months. 8 straight months. 8 straight months for 2-hour show. Did you get that? And then it's not limited to this young woman. I also heard how the late Michael Jackson would practice for 18 hours a day, singing and dancing. And of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson famously said, blood, sweat, and respect. First 2 you give, last one you earn. These guys might be in the Illuminati for all anyone cares, but they have savage work ethic. They work. They put in the hours. They put in the numbers. I also learned how Cristiano Ronaldo, the football star, would practice 2 extra hours after all the other footballers had gone. He would remain practicing. You read about Michael Jordan, you read about all the world's greats. They put in savage work ethic. And often I go to businesses and I don't find this work ethic. The employees are not working, the business owner themselves are not working. They're just busy, but they're not putting in that savage work ethic that can raise their business. And again, people from this part of the world also have their own Illuminati-like kind of things, because they go to the herbalist, the witch doctor, to receive charms to help them to succeed in business or to help them do well. So I have learned about drivers, who have talisman, who wear talisman, and they drive very rough. They drive very, very rough on the expressway. And then at the back of their minds, They have been told, well, if you have an accident, you will suddenly disappear and nothing will happen to you. So we don't put in that savage work ethic because we are over-relying on the Illuminati, over-relying on the charms that we have to cause our businesses to succeed. We need savage work ethic as a culture in your organization, or you will never transform. You will never get beyond where you are. If you keep on putting the kind of work attitude that your employees and that you keep on putting on, you are going to keep getting the same results, no transformation. Second one, attention to detail. And let me tell you this with a very, very humorous story. So my mechanic services my car. The next day I get into the car and I begin to see the red light, the red engine light came on. So I called him up and said, hey, Rashid, you've serviced this car, but I see the engine light still on. And he said, oh, Oga, don't worry. Next time I come, I'm going to cut the wires and kill the light. Problem solved. Just kill the light. So we don't give attention to details. In our businesses, we misspell the customer's name. We don't look through our emails, and then our emails have all kinds of spelling errors and grammatical mistakes, and then we're sending emails that should be bringing in 50,000, 100,000 deal, but it's filled with misspellings. We don't remember the first name of the client who gave us our biggest deal, and all this little attention to detail. Artisans come to work for you. They do their jobs very haphazard. The walls are not straight. The tiles they lay for you on the floor are not straight. Everything is done in a jagged fashion. We don't give attention to detail in our business. Now, I want you to comment below. Comment below and tell me how much you think that your business loses in revenue every year because of lack of attention to detail. Comment below right now. Tell me, just sit down for a minute, think about it. How much lack of attention to detail is costing your organization in revenue every single year? And sometimes lack of attention to detail is fatal. Like in the oil industry where I came from, where safety is the number one concern. Lack of attention to detail can cost lives and can cost literally tens and hundreds of millions of dollars. Welcome back. The third transformation success tax that you must pay is you must be data driven. Do you just wake up and take decisions without the data that provides you the insight? Now, there's this wonderful quote by Ronald Coase, who is a Nobel economist. He said, if you torture the data long enough, it will confess to anything. If you want to improve your sales numbers, you need the data. If you want to reorganize and restructure your organization, you need insight to be able to do that. And this insight comes from looking at the data. Number 4, you must be process driven. Dan Kennedy said, people don't have processes. They have income events. The hardest thing in the world, the hardest business to run in the world is a business that does not have processes. And then many small businesses don't have processes. There's no process for hiring people. A cousin calls, or somebody calls, an uncle calls and says, oh, your niece needs a job. They bring in the person. No process for recruiting. They just bring in people. No process for doing things. And then because you don't have a process, the service quality is inconsistent. There's so many variabilities. And then one of my popular quotes is that variability is the enemy of business. And then when you don't have a process, the business is so overwhelming to run because it's like every time you have to reinvent the wheel and redo it all over again. So are you process driven in the way you manage your organization? And finally, there's constant learning by doing. When I look at some of these celebrities who we allege to be members of the Illuminati, they may be, but these individuals learn like crazy. They practice, they learn, they hire the best. They are constantly on the road. They are keeping in touch with technology. They are keeping in touch with trends, in tastes, in beliefs, in lifestyles, in the way the world is changing. They are constantly learning by doing. Sir Richard Branson says that the best way of learning about anything is by doing. So there you have it, the 5 transformation success taxes. Whether you belong to the Illuminati or you have talisman, you have a charm or not in your business is not going to move forward until you have a savage work ethic as culture in your organization, until you give attention to detail, until you run your organization by data, not by hunch, until you're process driven, where things are not just done haphazardly, the one-man show business. You wake up and then you come into the organization, whatever you feel is what you do that day. No. Your business cannot transform if you are not constantly learning by doing. So here's what I want you to do. Send this link to every team member in your organization, in your business right now. You watch the video and then find 30 minutes to 1 hour of brainstorming ways that you are going to begin to implement these transformation taxes in your business. It's only when you do it that you get the full benefits of what you have watched. Okay, so now hit the subscribe button and hit that bell and watch these other videos, and see you in the next video.